Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Bryce, also known as I Bleed Flames, and welcome to a COD commentary that I decided to make real quick. And basically, what I'm going to be talking about in this commentary is pretty much how games have developed over time and whether or not that's a good thing. And from over time, I don't mean like from Pong or whatever the first video game was. I mean just like in general games back in like Nintendo 64 days, or PlayStation 1 days, NES days even. Older games in general. Back when everything was like revolutionary, every game was amazing, aside from ones that no one's ever heard of. But before that, I just wanted to talk about the gameplay. So I go 21 and 6. It's either 5 or 6. But the reason I'm uploading it is because I use a weird range array, whatever, of guns. I use this MP5, and I also use a Heartbeat MSR without quick draw. So it was just a unique gameplay, I thought, and I did relatively well. So I thought I would just upload it for you guys to enjoy, because it was a weird gameplay. So I hope you guys like it. And a couple more things. I've really been loving the views and the likes and the support that I've been getting on my last 4 to 5, maybe even 6 videos. I'm not sure on the exact number, but when I was really thinking about quitting, everyone just kind of, even though there weren't that many random people out there that I wanted to talk to, there were still a bunch of people that I do talk to on a relatively normal basis. Relatively, I say that lightly. Who really supported me and really gave me a bunch of kind words, and just kind of helped me out. And I was just really down that day because I hadn't been I just really felt like everyone in my personal life wanted me to fail, and that's what they were trying. They didn't just want that, they were literally trying to get me to fail. So yeah, but onwards to the main topic of this commentary. So how have games changed, in my opinion? So games have gotten a lot easier, and by that I mean most games nowadays, if you're progressing in the campaign but you don't have something that you're supposed to have, you can't progress. It'll tell you need to go back and do this, and that's not as I mean, obviously it makes it easier and makes the game able to sell to more people, because kids or whatever can buy them because they can play it, but it's still not as fun or in depth as they used to be. Such as I actually can't think of a good example, but PewDiePie was playing a Let's Play of Silent Hill, I think it is. Silent Hill. One of the first one ever, and he forgot a map. So when he entered a new area, he didn't have a map and he didn't know where to go, which made the game extremely hard. And that's because it's an old game. Nowadays, and he said this, which is kind of what got me onto this topic, is he said that if it would have been a newer game, it would have told him he was missing the map and he should go back and look for it, which I thought was very true. Games, because I'm not saying it's because they have better graphics, but games have gotten better graphics and lost the challenging part of them. And I'm not saying games aren't hard, because I mean there's obviously the hundreds and thousands of games out there that I personally couldn't beat. I'm not trying to say that games aren't hard. They're just the easy mode isn't as hard as it used to be. It's just not. I don't know what else to say. And the graphics have gotten better, but the story has really, for most games, not every game, because there are still a lot of games that have great stories, and I like to watch people play. The stories just really aren't as in-depth and don't really grab a hold of you like they used to. I was really little when I'm playing most of the games that I'm thinking of right now. I'm thinking of old games like the old Mario games that everyone loved, and games like Sonic back in the old days, and The Legend of Zelda, things like that everyone was really into and really had a storyline to it back when Mario's story was original, where Bowser kidnaps Peach and back when there were a bunch of cool ways to kidnap Zelda, or not kidnap Zelda, but put Zelda in trouble, and things like that. Just in general, the story isn't as in-depth and isn't as grasping as it used to be, and that's really not good, because the reason I started playing video games is because I loved the idea of being able to be someone who I'm not. That's why I like games like Skyrim. I was disappointed with Skyrim. When I first played it, I loved it. Still like it. I just haven't played it in forever, and the reason for that being is simply because the story isn't in depth enough. There's just not. I don't know. Something about it is just too dull for me to play on a regular basis. Otherwise, you would see thousands, or not thousands, but a whole bunch of Skyrim videos from me every day, because that's all I would play. That's why I liked Oblivion. Oblivion had a more in-depth story to me. I could really get into Oblivion's story and play it. I could just play it because I knew everything. I knew where everything was. I was actually in Tamriel. I was actually a person in Tamriel. That's why I loved Oblivion so much and put 300 hours into that game, is because I loved it. I loved being able to be the freaking hard-ass one-man army, killing everything in sight, doing whatever you want, like knight back in the medieval ages with magic. I'm a nerdy person. I'm a closet nerd. Most people on my channel probably know that, because I'm not really trying to act cool in front of any of you guys, but I'm really a nerdy person. So when I get to do something cool like magic or sword fighting or something cool that people don't really do in real life anymore, that is something that makes me want to play the game. And there's just not much of that anymore. There's not much of that in-depth, come be here in Tamriel, using Oblivion still as an example. There's not much of the come be here and be a person here. It's not making you a part of the game. It's making you a player and not a part of the game, if that makes sense to anyone but me. And the graphics got better, and I think that they spend too much time on making the game look good instead of focusing on the story, and that's just a downfall. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, favorite, and some comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.